Democracy is a fragile thing.
This is Kim Jong-un, North Korea's respected comrade, also known as North Korea's president. We all know the reputation of Kim Jong-un and how he rules over North Korea. But have you ever wondered how he became ruthless and rose to power? In this video, we'll explore his childhood, his relationships with family members, how he gained power, and most importantly, how he became so cruel. Before we dive in, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons below for more content like this. Let's not waste any time and begin with the 10 pivotal acts that shaped his life. Childhood. Kim Jong-un, the enigmatic leader of North Korea, was born on January 8, 1983, or possibly 1984. There's some discrepancy about the year. To Kim Jong-il and Ko Young-hui. He was the youngest of 3 siblings, with an older brother named Kim Jong-chul and an older sister named Kim Yo-jong. From a young age, Kim Jong-un was groomed to succeed his father as the Supreme Leader of North Korea, a role that would shape his childhood in profound ways. Growing up in the isolated and secretive regime of North Korea, Kim Jong-un experienced a childhood quite unlike that of most children around the world. His family lived in luxury, insulated from the hardships faced by ordinary North Koreans. They resided in lavish compounds, surrounded by loyal servants and guards, and enjoyed all the privileges that came with their status as the ruling family. Despite his privileged upbringing, Kim Jong-un was not shielded from the harsh realities of life in North Korea. He was taught from a young age about the greatness of the Kim Dynasty and the importance of maintaining control over the country's population. He attended elite schools reserved for the children of the country's political elite, where he received a carefully curated education designed to indoctrinate him with the ideology of Juche, the state's official ideology of self-reliance and devotion to the Kim family. As the youngest child in the family, Kim Jong-un was likely doted upon by his parents and siblings, but he also faced the pressures of living up to the expectations placed upon him as the future leader of North Korea. His father, Kim Jong-il, was known for his authoritarian rule and iron grip on power, and he likely instilled in his son the need to be ruthless and unwavering in his pursuit of control. Despite his upbringing, there are glimpses of a more human side to Kim Jong-un's childhood. Reports from defectors and outsiders who have interacted with the North Korean leader suggest that he was a fan of basketball, particularly the NBA, and had a fascination with Western culture. He reportedly had a collection of Nike sneakers and was known to have a fondness for American movies and music, despite the regime's strict censorship of outside influences. However, any semblance of a normal childhood was overshadowed by the weight of his family's legacy and the expectations placed upon him to one day lead the country. Kim Jong-un was groomed from a young age to follow in his father's footsteps, undergoing rigorous training in military strategy and political maneuvering. He was appointed to various high-ranking positions within the North Korean government and military, despite his young age and lack of experience, as part of the regime's efforts to solidify his position as the heir apparent. Kim Jong-un's childhood was also marked by tragedy and upheaval within his family. His mother, Ko Young-hui, passed away in 2004 after reportedly battling cancer, leaving a void in his life that may have contributed to his close relationship with his older sister, Kim Yo-jong. In 2011, Kim Jong-il, his father and predecessor as Supreme Leader, passed away suddenly, thrusting Kim Jong-un into the spotlight as the new leader of North Korea at the age of just 28 or 29. The transition of power following Kim Jong-il's death was carefully choreographed by the regime's inner circle, but it nevertheless represented a significant challenge for Kim Jong-un, who had little time to establish himself as a credible and authoritative leader. In the years that followed, he consolidated his grip on power through a combination of ruthless purges of political rivals and the cultivation of a cult of personality that portrayed him as a strong and infallible leader. Despite his efforts to project an image of strength and control, Kim Jong-un's childhood and upbringing continued to shape his leadership style and decision-making as the Supreme Leader of North Korea. His early experiences within the inner circle of power have instilled in him a deep sense of paranoia and mistrust of outsiders, leading him to adopt a confrontational approach to foreign policy and a reliance on nuclear weapons as a deterrent against perceived threats to his regime. In conclusion, Kim Jong-un's childhood was a mix of privilege, indoctrination, and the weight of familial expectations. Raised in the shadow of his father's authoritarian rule, He was groomed from a young age to one day lead North Korea and uphold the legacy of the Kim dynasty. Despite attempts to portray himself as a strong and capable leader, his childhood experiences continue to influence his leadership style and decision-making as the supreme leader of one of the world's most secretive. 2. Family relationships. Kim Jong-un's family relationships are complex and significant, deeply intertwined with the intricate power dynamics of North Korea. Let's delve into various aspects of his familial ties and their implications. Kim Jong-un's immediate family. At the center of Kim Jong-un's family circle are his immediate relatives, including his wife, Ri Sol-ju, and their children. However, information about his family life is heavily guarded and often shrouded in secrecy, typical of the secretive regime. Little is known about Ri Sol-ju and their children, except for sporadic appearances in state media.
Kim Jong-un's sibling.
Kim Jong-un has two well-known siblings, both of whom have had notable roles within North Korea's power structure. His older brother, Kim Jong-chul, was initially considered a potential successor to their father, Kim Jong-il, before reportedly being deemed unfit for leadership due to his perceived lack of assertiveness. Instead, Kim Jong-chul has maintained a low profile, occasionally appearing at public events but largely avoiding involvement in politics. Kim Jong-un's older half-brother, Kim Jong-nam, had a more tumultuous relationship with the regime. He lived primarily outside of North Korea, often in exile, and was critical of the regime's leadership. His estrangement from the family culminated tragically in his assassination in 2017, allegedly orchestrated by North Korean agents, further highlighting the complexities and dangers of familial ties within the regime. Kim Jong-un's relationship with his father, Kim Jong-il, was pivotal in shaping his path to power. Despite being the youngest son, Kim Jong-un was groomed for leadership from a young age, receiving extensive education and training in preparation for his eventual succession. Kim Jong-il's sudden death in 2011 accelerated this process, thrusting the relatively inexperienced Kim Jong-un into the role of supreme leader. Kim Jong-un's relationship with his grandfather, Kim Il-sung. As the founder of North Korea and revered as the eternal president, Kim Il-sung holds an unparalleled position of reverence within the country. Kim Jong-un, as his grandson, is tasked with upholding the legacy of his grandfather's regime while also asserting his own authority. While Kim Il-sung passed away before Kim Jong-un assumed leadership, his presence looms large over North Korean society, with Kim Jong-un often invoking his grandfather's teachings and ideology to legitimize his rule. The dynastic nature of North Korean leadership. Kim Jong-un's ascent to power underscores the dynastic nature of North Korean leadership, where familial lineage confers legitimacy and authority. This dynastic succession is not unique to Kim Jong-un. It traces back to Kim Il-sung's establishment of the regime and has persisted through subsequent generations. However, it also creates inherent vulnerabilities, as demonstrated by internal power struggles and external threats to the regime's stability. Challenges and tensions. Despite outward displays of unity and loyalty, tensions and rivalries within Kim Jong-un's family circle likely exist beneath the surface. Competing interests, ambitions, and personal dynamics could influence intra-family relationships and potentially impact political decisions. Moreover, the regime's survival often depends on maintaining a facade of unity and strength, masking any underlying fissures or vulnerabilities. Conclusion. In conclusion, Kim Jong-un's relationships with his family members are multifaceted, reflecting the intricate web of power, loyalty, and legacy that defines North Korea's ruling elite. While outwardly presenting an image of unity and continuity, behind closed doors, familial dynamics may be more nuanced and fraught with complexities. Understanding these relationships provides insight into the broader political landscape of North Korea and the challenges facing its leadership. That's it for today's video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and like button. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.